Hello everyone, my name is Spence McCoy with the Central Investigations team, and today I want to talk to you about investigating cash shortages at the register. There are certain indicators of cash shortages. What we want to help you do is identify those and show you where to look to find those. Number one, you want to look at your P&L, your overshort report in BBS, your print packet, and then also accept tips from associates and customers who may have other information. Here's an example of the investigation flowchart and some of the steps that you might find and in the order that you should proceed with them. As you see here, you review the P&L, then verify through the expense journal, run the cash overshort trend detail report, look at the VBS overshort report, dial into the VBS overshort report or research report, map out patterns on the pattern sheet, create ad hocs of register events if necessary, view live or recorded CCTV, and then you'll resolve your shortage. Let's look at each one of these just a little bit closer. First thing you want to do is verify your true shortage for the P&L. The P&L is going to show you exactly what hits the store's bottom line. Locate the dates of the shortages on the expense journal. This will help you dial in just a little bit farther down one level. Utilize the VBS overshort report and match the dates of the shortages. Utilize the overshort trend detail report to see patterns with cashiers, and then use that pattern sheet to map out those shortages that you find with the overshort trend detail report. Next thing you want to do is log into CCTV and create yourself some ad hoc alerts and look for certain register events such as cashier sign-on sign-off, cash strip voids, or cash transactions. Any register event that opens the cash drawer. So let's examine these a little bit further. First we're going to take a look at the P&L. Log into the P&L and select Store Operations. Drill down into Cash Over and Short. As you see here, select Register Vault Over Short, and you see your actual shortage right there of $1,100. From there, you want to dial into the expense journal. So what you're going to do is you're going to right mouse click on the Register Vault Over and Short, and you're going to select Go To, and you're going to select Expense Journal. The expense journal is going to come up and it's going to show you your dates and your actual shortages on those dates or overages. Expense journal is good because it also shows you your missing checks and bank deposits. The overshort trend report helps you sort things by 7 days, 30 days, or 90 days. It's got very easy options that you can select from a drop-down menu. You see here you got your cashiers by LDAP, and then the days amount of the shortage, the count of the days, and even farther. You can dial in a little bit more with the overshort trend detail report, and it's going to give you a little bit higher level in the weeds look at the shortages. So here you can see you can dial into explained overages and shortages, explained and unexplained overages and shortages, and just unexplained shortages. We're going to choose unexplained over and shortages so we can get a broad view of what's going on. As you see here, it lays out your date, then your register, then the amount. The type is cash, which is what you want to focus on right here in this situation. Then the reason. And this reason is put in by the bookkeeper. It could be miscellaneous or unknown. Unknown is where you want to start. And then you also have comments that the bookkeeper put in whenever they were reconciling the registers for the day. As you see here, money could have been left behind at the register. We'll check to see if it offset the next day. These are certain comments that you want to pay attention to and look for patterns within the comments, because that could lead you to either a bookkeeper or give you a better sense of who's stealing at the register. Next, we're going to log into VBS and take a look at the vault report. So after you log into VBS, select Vault Reports. And the first one we're going to look at is a Store Overshort report. Select your date range. You can't go more than usually about 30-31 days with this. As you see here, you have your registers across the top and your totals down across the side. Next, we want to look at the Overshort Research Report. This is a report where the actual bookkeeper inputs the actual shortage or overage and then goes and lists the cashiers that are logged onto that register for that day, and then they give an explanation which is then transposed into the Overshort Trend Detail Report. Once you've identified your shortages, then you want to start tracking them via the pattern sheet. And the pattern sheet is available on MyApron, and it gives you a lot of different blocks that you can fill in. First thing you want to focus on is the cashiers. So you list your cashiers down the left side of the column here. Then you want to list your dates across the top with the corresponding amount, and then have your totals in the far right column. What this does is it helps you visualize the shortage and you develop your patterns. The last thing we want to look at is ad hoc reporting. This is important. Ad hoc reporting occurs in the CCTV system. So log into the CCTV system and select Alerts. From there, you're going to go to Create an Ad Hoc. And what we're looking for is register events that would cause the register to open. Sometimes you may already have a transaction that has a large cash shortage, and you want to look at that immediately to see if that was a fat finger issue or anything. But in this case, what we want to look at is any register event that causes the cash drawer to open that is not a cash transaction. So here we're going to look at cash strip voids. As you see in our wildcard down in our optional parameters at the bottom, we're going to select cash strip. We're going to give it a title. We're going to tell it what register number based off our pattern sheet and where we're seeing the most hits. And then we're going to select Create Ad Hoc. Once you create the ad hoc, cash strip voids is going to populate in your ad hoc reporting. Click on that and it's going to open up your next screen. As you see here, the cashiers are listed on the left hand side. You have several to choose from, and so select the one that you have based off your pattern sheet with the most and start there, and then work your way through the rest. As you look at the CCTV system before you log in to actual view video, you're going to see a receipt that might look like this. This indicates that there was a cash strip void, and this register event will prompt the register drawer to open, giving the cashier opportunity to take cash. One thing that you want to do is scroll through other cash strip voids just in transactions throughout that day to see if you see any other patterns. Once you've done that and you've settled on the one that you would like to view, select Play. Once you select Play, it's going to open up the CCTV system. Now, there's certain things that you really need to look for here. You want to look for the cashier not closing the drawer after cash transactions. You want to look for the cashier counting money frequently at the register. A large number of cash strip voids, which we kind of simulated just a second ago. And then you want to focus on concealment. Where did they conceal? Their hand, their apron, their pocket, under their till, on top of the register stand. There's many places that they conceal the item. Let's take a look at an example here. As you see, our cashier begins to look around, and she waits for the customer to leave that she's currently dealing with. Once she verifies that that customer has left the area, she begins to do a register function, and in this case it was a cash strip void. Cashier looks around again briefly to notice the people coming in the door, and she's starting to stage the money that she wants to take. Notice the difference in the color of the register till from green. In a second it's going to switch to black. Did you pick up on it? Now the question you want to ask yourself is, where did the money go? In this instance, it's still in her hand. She has it clenched in her left hand, and now she went from using all of her fingers to only 3, her thumb, her index, and her middle finger. Another customer comes up, and she's going to close the drawer. Still noting that she has the cash in her left hand. Notice how she fully has the full function of her right hand. She's opening it, closing it very normally, but she still has her left hand clenched. She has not concealed the money yet. These are things to look for as you're watching these transactions. You may want to watch a few legitimate transactions for cashiers just so you can get their patterns of behaviors so that you can notice when anything's different. As you see here, she still has the cash in her left hand. She's looking around, paying attention to other cashiers who are off to the side. She gives the customer his receipt and doesn't pay him really any more mind. And there, she slipped her left hand into her apron and she concealed the money. As you see here, we wrapped up cash investigations at the register. We gave you a few examples of how they can occur and how to investigate. If you need additional investigation support, please reach out to us in the CIT team. Contact either me, Spence McCoy, at William_S_McCoy at HomeDepot.com, or Ray Osborne at Raymond_W_Osborne at HomeDepot.com, or reach out to the HD Investigations toolbox at HD_internal_investigations at HomeDepot.com. Happy hunting, everyone.